Good day, YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. What are we doing this week? Well, we got all the shrouds done for the three masts on the lower part of each of the masts. The next thing in the instructions it wanted us to do was glue. Yeah, that's the code for glue. A string on there for the little short ladder to get up to the crow's nest. So, in the process of attempting to glue something on there and making it look good and keeping the ropes at the right spread in between each other, it ended up being a little bit of a challenge. So I changed my tactic because I knew it was going to be a problem, and instead of tying knots on that string to make the shrouds stay separated in the right format, I did it a little different. And like any other ship you build, you can change things so that it looks better than what the engineering design called for. So what I did was tie a little dowel on there and use some lacing technique, going around and around and then tying it on the other end to trap the shrouds and keep them in an even spacing as we cross over there. So I think this looks better, and it was much more easy to keep the shrouds separated properly so that they look better. So, and it was a little easier than just doing a string. So I did that on all 6 of them, and it came out pretty good. I like the way it looks. I know it's not in the plans, but I think it looks better than what's in the plans. And so once I got that done, I went ahead and started tying the small dead eyes in the vise and putting a little choker on them, and then tying that tail off around that little dowel, keeping the spacing on them even also. So when we bring some rat lines in there, we can tie those like we would normally tie a rat line on each of the shroud ropes. And you'll see that technique when we get to that. But for now, since we got all these 6 spreader attachments installed, and I've got one side of the ship done with the first set of lower small dead eyes, the next thing it wants us to do is tie the next set of dead eyes on top of these and lace them up and tie them off up here to create the second set of shrouds going up to the top crow's nest. And these will probably have a third set of shrouds going up to the top on the foremast and the mainmast. So I'm going to attempt to do this back one first, the mizzen mast. Cut some dead eyes out, tie them up, and then using the little template they gave us, we'll tie those up to the top just like we did on the bottom part. And as you can see, it looks like they've got some chokers on the top dead eyes that will be easier to install if we do those in the vise. Yes, I can see it in the background there with the dark behind it. Yes, there's definitely chokers on the top. So we'll want to do those in the vise and then put our template in there and tie it off and then lace it like you're lacing up your tennis shoes. So it takes a little longer than what we did on these. We just tied a little choker on there and then cut off the tails. So the top part, the top dead eyes, will have to do that little strapping to grab the shroud. So let me get the tools and all set up, and we'll attempt to do a couple of them, and then I'll film it. Okay, so we got those three on. That went pretty smoothly. Got them tied off up yonder and glued. I just got to cut the tails. So that won't be too bad. Let's go ahead and do 4 over here. And then we'll do the front mast, and then we'll turn the boat around. So we got to do the bottom dead eyes on the other side. I'm wondering if that's pulling or not. No, everything looks plumb still, which is good. So you can see that time elapse there of tying that, putting the choker on, tying it off up here, gluing the knot, and lacing it up. A little bit of glue at the bottom more than you tie it off with a knot so that it doesn't twist or anything later on. That glue keeps it from turning. We did down here the same thing. We got glue in the hole so that they have less tendency to turn or roll on us. Stay straight. So we just keep trucking along one at a time. Takes about Oh, I guess 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if your knots work or not. Sometimes your knot don't work. Let's see how the kooks are doing this afternoon. We got 3 Rhode Island Reds. That's Henny Penny right there. She's always talking. The Rhode Island Reds ain't got used to the black ones yet. The black ones are being a little mean to them. Aren't you? King of the roost. And of course, all the springtime veggies. There's potatoes over there. We got all kind of stuff coming up. I'd have to dig down in there and see what the tag is for all of them. I know this is Brussels sprouts, onions. Some of these are close to done. When they fall over like that, that means they're pretty much close to done, ready to harvest. Tomatoes and some other stuff we added in there. And then this plant here is some kind of a flower lily. Oh, we got more onions in here. Rosemary, thyme, cabbage, celery, carrots, green beans, mint, and we got a bunch of start seeds that are going to be coming up soon. Parsley, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, tomato, avocado, cherry tomatoes, zucchini. That's some kind of a soap plant. We just transplanted this papaya, I think it is. Potatoes, peppers, and then we keep the centronella. Just transplanted that because it was root bound. We keep the centronella around the chicken coop to help with the mosquitoes and flies. They don't like that stuff. So springtime is upon us. It's starting to get some rains. That means it's going to get hot. I'll have to start running my air conditioner. Thanks for watching.